Hello and welcome, my name's Sam and this is The Little Greenhouse Creates. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for joining me for the first card in this week's stamp set of the week, Cheerful Daisies. I seem to have got my, we had beautiful sunshine last week and I was showing you snowflakes. Today we have got thunder and lightning, which is upsetting the dogs, but torrential rain, and now we've got daisies. So hopefully today's card will actually cheer you up. But we are returning to this stamp set, Cheerful Daisies. It was carried over from last year's catalogue. It was that popular. You can find it on this year's catalogue on page 75. And this is the lovely stamp set. As you can see, it's got 15 stamps in total and it comes with dies. I have done my usual and stamped it all out for you to see. So as you can see over here we've got the outlines. You've got a large daisy, a medium-sized daisy, and then half a daisy. We have the stem, and then we have the infills here in yellow. Okay, and there's the, so that infill there is for the middle of that daisy. Then you've got the infill here for that daisy. You've got a cluster of daisies there, and you've got a little leaf. Over here we've got oops a daisy, so sorry. Your friendship means everything. You made my day, and wishing you the brightest birthday. So they are all the dies. No, they're not. They're all the stamps. So this is the card, as seen previously, and I will bring in the supplies. So I'm doing it in totally different colours. So this one is Lost Lagoon. It's measured, 8 inches by 5 3/4. I've then got 2 pieces of white cardstock which measure 3 3/4 by 5 1/2, and they're both the same size. Oh, there's 3 there. I only need 2. And then I have a 3/4 of an inch by 3 3/4 of an inch piece of white cardstock ready for the sentiment. So as usual, we'll start with our first piece, and I'm doing it in landscape. So initially I thought that doing the stems would be the correct way to go, because then I would work out, but it's not. It's actually, you have to start with the daisy heads, otherwise you won't get them all on. So what I'm going to do is stamp the daisy head. Now this is Highland Heather, so I'm stamping it in full, oh sorry about that, stamping it in full colour. So I'm going to put one there, and then I've got another one. Okay, so that's that one. Then I'm going to stamp the second size. I'll stamp into the middle, and then I'm going to bring myself oh excuse me, 3 half daisies. So I'm going to work out roughly where I want the stem to come. So the stem is going to come down there, so I'm going to have one there. The stem is going to come roughly down there, so I'll have one there, and if it's coming down there and down there, I can afford to have one just there. So let's do that. Let's tilt it slightly, and that way we can get the stem through. Okay, so that is our layout. So the next thing I do before I fill it in, I'm going to put the stems in. So this is the stem, and I'm going to stamp it in Lost Lagoon. We're having terrible problems with the internet at the moment due to this storm, so I'm hoping you're going to be able to see as clear as possible. Let's turn it the right way around. Okay, so I'm going to put the stem in. One, there we go. Two. That's going to come through the middle there, and it will just go under the petal, and then I can add tiny little stems coming up here. Okay, then I'm going to add in my leaf, again in the Lost Lagoon. I'm going to go 1, 2. I'm going to add just a tiny bit down here, just for detail really, And then I can afford to add one there. I might actually just add coming through there. Now, were you shouting at me that I'd forgotten that? It's quite a simple card, this one today. It's that ideal card. You've forgotten your friend's birthday, or somebody at work you wanted to send a birthday card to, and this is just a quick way of doing it. Let's put that out there. Right, okay, so that is the layout. Now it's time to infill. So the daisies, I'm actually going to infill with the Highland Heather, but I'm going to do it as a stamped off version. So this is an ideal way, if you've not got loads of ink pads, that you can make your ink pads go and give yourself a bit more detail. So, you know, you've got a dark and a light version rather than having to try and find two different colours. So what I've done is I've inked it up, I'm going to stamp it off, and then I'm just going to layer it onto the flower. Make sure I've got it all laid up properly and pop it down. There you are. So you've got this nice light version of the Highland Heather. So again, ink it up, stamp it off, and then layer up my ink. Oops, let's try and do that straight. There we go. So that's that one. Then we can do exactly the same with the infill for the middle one. Stamp off. There we are. That one there. And then I've got the 3 half ones. So stamp off. There we are. One. The silence is that concentration, especially for a Monday. There we go. Lovely. And what I've got is I'm bringing in bubble gum, and that is going to do my middle. So it's bubble, sorry, no, it's bubble gum, it's bubble bath. That's bubble bath, not bubble gum. So I just stamp it in. There we go. And then I've got the tiny infill, which will do for the middle. And then it will do for the half flowers as well. There we go. Right, so before I put all that away, we've got 2 other things to do. We need to stamp the inside, and I'm going to use the cluster. So I'm going to do one up there, and that is in the bubble bath. And then I'm going to clean that off, and I'm going to repeat it twice in the Highland Heather. So that will be one up there and one down here, which leaves me this area here, and I'm going to put the sentiment on, wishing you the brightest birthday, and I'm going to stamp that up in the Lost Lagoon again. So I'm going to do it, oh look, picking up bits. There we go, try that again. Okay, so wishing you the brightest birthday. I'll go down here, and then I'm going to repeat it on that strip that I showed you earlier. There it is. And that's 3/4 of an inch by 3 3/4. Pop that in as central as possible. There we are. And then just to add a bit of detail to the sentiment, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to diagonally cut off the corner on one side, turn it round and do exactly the same on the other. There we go. I can then add a bit of dimension on the back. Okay, and now we can start putting our card together. So the first thing we want to do is going to take our Lost Lagoon, fold it in half and burnish it with the bone folder. There we go. And we're going to pop the inside in, and I'm going to use my stamp and seal for that. 1, 2, oops, come on, thank you. There we go. So that will fit down here in the bottom. Okay, then we can turn that over and we can add our top. All the guttering seems to be overflowing with the rainfall at the moment. So there's a lot of tapping going on. Okay, so I think now I can either pop it there. Do I like it there? No, it's too big. So I will pop it down here at the bottom. Like so. I'm going to take off my backings. There we go. Lovely. Now, I seem to have got a speck there, so I'm just going to grab my bling and see what we've got. If there's anything I can add to it to... Oh, look. Yep, I've got the bubble gum. Excellent. Right, so taking my pointy tool, I have 2 small ones and 1 big one left. So I'm going to pick that one up. I'm going to pop that one just there. And then what I could do, I could take the 2 small ones. Come on. It's alive. I'm going to put on this end. And I'm going to do exactly the same on the other end. There we go. Perfect. Right, so that is today's card. And this is the other one that you've seen earlier. So I hope you like those. We are back again on Wednesday with our second card for the week. Again, still with the same stamp set. So wherever you are, I hope your weather is better than mine. And if it's not, well, I'm hoping you're managing to stay dry. So looking forward to catching up with you on Wednesday if you're around. So whatever you do for the rest of the day, take care and happy crafting. Bye.